Hello, gentle viewers. This is Guardian, welcoming you back to Out of the Park Baseball 26, the Chicago White Sox. I hope you're all having a very fine day. So I didn't actually remember to check this, whether Josh Cox is in both games. Let's check, just because it's gonna bug me if I don't look it up. I think I'm confusing Josh Cox with Jeff Cox. If that's the case, then I will admit that I was incorrect. Just waiting for it to load in. That is the problem with starting two series at roughly the same time in universe. So it is thinking about the load. We will answer this question. Jeff Carr. There we go. Mystery solved. So, in our last episode of the White Sox franchise, now that we've looked at both franchises in one video, we really did a number to try to improve our outfield situation, and I think we possibly got there. Maybe. In the person of one Abel Zarn, who I think we can all agree is one of the best players in baseball history from A to Z. Yeah. It's true, guys. Look at it. He calls himself the Gauss Ghost, which I don't... Maybe? Sure. Somebody on Reddit was actually complaining about this. I actually like the random nicknames. I think it's fun, even if it doesn't make any sense. But yeah, this could be the outfit that we've been waiting for. The kind of guy to really make the rest of the lineup hang together. So we're hopeful that he's going to have a great season. Other new players include the aforementioned Josh Cox, who's getting his chance to start at center field. After a couple seasons of being a very, very productive reserve, now's his chance to show he can do it every day. Our infield situation is relatively straightforward, with Carlos Geronimo playing second, Herb Berry saddling in at third, and Alex Madrid, the defensive superstar, in at shortstop. So, James Harrington is our catcher. He's been our catcher for the past few seasons, so this is nothing new. Other than Zarn, this is basically last year's lineup, other than a healthy day one Victor Villarreal. Pitching-wise, we added Kuniyasu Sato in the offseason. Got him for a nice little 4-year deal. We're hopeful that he can provide us with some stability in the rotation, which would be quite nice. Alex Gonzalez remains our ace. Adam Wiley's still here. We have Steve Birdsey and Andrew P. Carr. Steve Birdsey also a free agent. Also former White Sox. I bet you probably forgot that. I did. Brian Nels was probably one of our more substantial moves in the offseason to get ourselves a permanent everyday closer. Exchanging for Marco Ramirez, who admittedly is a pretty good player. Michael Wolk is decent, but nothing truly spectacular. We got ourselves a great reliever. Some really nice other options here. Tanner Lee returns. John Crank, the prodigal White Sox, returns. Somehow John Crank returned. Nick Ambroso's your emergency starter. Yeah. So the biggest problem with this team is similar to the one in the Rockies, which I don't have very much power in it. I mean, I guess we could play Orlando Murguia more, maybe have him take some reps in the outfield, which we're kind of already doing. He's kind of backing up in right field. The right injury happens at the right time. Maybe we talk about it. Cool. Danny Rose is borderline just the leadoff guy at this point. He's not quite there yet. I guess I could swap Rios and Barry, but I want... Rios is my one power guy that's in this lineup, and I want him to get chances to hit with people on base, so that's going to be our objective here. Let's get after it, guys. Let's play some baseball. Grab some water. Oh, no. Well, that's how Murguia gets into the lineup. Interesting. Very interesting. Does Marrero return to the majors? Is it Edwin Peralta? It could be Marrero. How many infielders do I have? I have basically one, which is Chilo is my only backup. Yeah, an infielder seems reasonable to me. I think we are going to go ahead and go with Marrero. But Murguia is getting the lineup call. Not at all what I had planned for this season, but we're going to see how this works out. He's the murgiest. Um, this works for me. 5 games is fine. I'm not that bothered by it. I do find it fascinating they keep trying to start Geronimo at center at shortstop. It's not that he's terrible at the position, it's just that Madrid is better. Madrid is 65s across the board, which I think is more useful. But, you know, it's all good. Villarreal is absolutely not playing over Zarn. Zarn is too valuable. Villarreal is not a terrible first baseman, but he's bad enough that I don't want to mess with it. Zarn is much too useful. Much too useful. Okay, let's play some more baseball now. It is going to make for an awkward conversation if Murguia pips Edwin Hernandez. Because I don't have a way out of that contract anytime soon. We'll see what happens, though. Maybe it'll solve itself, potentially. Jason Armentrout. Ossie Fajardo. Okay. We lost Alex Madrid for a day. That's fine. I too share your pain, Mr. Madrid. I went to a local like family fun center kind of place with my wife earlier today. We played mini golf and we played mini bowling and some video games. It was a fun time, but I also tweaked my hamstring planting on putt putt. So yeah. This is why when I tell you I'm incredibly unathletic, you should believe me. All right. Any big news here? Tanner Lee's throwing harder. That's kind of neat. Sotfeld's losing velocity. I can't say that I didn't expect his time would be really short. Willie Vasquez, all of a sudden, has gone from like a mid-tier catcher to a very, very good one. That's very exciting. Very, very exciting. Everyone else is just kind of hanging out, which is cool. That's cool too. Bo Kloiber and Andrew Peacock would both like to come back. So let's quickly consider our financial position right now, right? Garzone probably also wants to stay. I just can't afford it. There's going to be an awful lot of turnover between seasons just because I can't afford to pay these guys. We talked to Peacock, for example. He actually just wants the same salary for 2 more years. That's actually kind of reasonable. I'm going to go Jeff Allen and Alex Alvarado, so we're not totally hopeless if we decide to let a starter or two go. Do we keep Picard? I like Garzone just fine, but I know he's going to probably want a substantial raise, and I'm not going to give that to him. Ambrosio wants a reasonable raise, but I'm not convinced that I want to give it to him. John Crank is whatever. I'm not worried about John Crank. A 3-year deal with a couple of team options actually makes me kind of feel a little better about our chances. Is this enough zeros? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, it is. I don't hate this deal. I think PCAR is worth about this much money. And the ability to get out of the contract if I don't like it is pretty desirable for me. And that way, I only have to break in one new starter next year, maybe two. So that's pretty good. If we lose Kloiber and Crank, do we have enough relievers that are ready to take over? Not really. So that probably just seems to go to the bargain bin next offseason. I can talk to your mother. No, that's not correct. I can talk to Crank, I guess. John Crank wants a raise. I'm not going to give that to him. We probably opt out of Birdsy's deal, unless Birdsy has a phenomenal season. That seems reasonable to me. I'm not going to sit here and tell you Edwin Hernandez hasn't been worth his contract, because by and large he has been. But he is still very, very highly paid to be basically just a very good player. Which makes me sad. I wish he was amazing, but that doesn't seem very likely. I have a lot of money being paid to older players, which is almost certainly going to bite us in the butt one of these days. Oh well. Alex Gonzalez is going to demand so much money. Like, it's not even a little bit funny. Hey, I rhymed. Nice. We'll see, though. How's the team looking? Adel Zarn, pretty good. Orlando Murguia, also pretty good. Danny Rios looks great. The lineup honestly looks incredible. Other than James Harrington and Alex Madrid, neither of whom are here for their offensive capabilities, this is a really good lineup. Herb Berry is almost for 7 wins. That's insane. It's because he's stealing bases so well and still playing great defense. Wiley and Picard having rough seasons, but that's okay. It's going to take some time for him to get used to shit, so this is okay. Wiley's lost 6 games already. That is troubling. That's very troubling. He's just given up home runs this year. Walks are up by a tick, but his strikeouts are also up by even more. So I think this is just bad luck so far, and we're not going to read too much into it. Let's continue on to the month of June. Bullpen other than Tanner Lee looks phenomenal. Picard took the extension. I figured he probably would. Depending on where we're at come the day the rosters expand, there is a very realistic chance that we highly consider having a 6th starter, actually. I think lengthening out the rotation a bit and giving a young guy a chance to get some meaningful starts actually could be pretty useful. Yeah. Amber Chilo's getting better at second base. That's pretty cool. Tanner Lee is about the same. Gonzalez is getting better. Sergio De Leon is getting better. Jeff Allen is improving his potential. I don't hate that his potential is getting better, but I like his actual to be even more good. Even gooder. Alright. Gonzalez, a starter of the month. Nice. Cool. All right. Yeah, this lineup looks mighty good right now. Mighty, mighty good. Fifth in home runs with Murguia and Zarn both hitting double-digit homers. Okay, if Murguia turns out to be an amazing hitter, we have to find a way to keep him in the lineup. I don't know how we do that, but we have to find a way. Denny Rios is doing quite well. Not amazing, but quite well. Carlos Geronimo offering us high-quality batsmanship in addition to his defense is very appreciated. Josh Cox looks really good. His defense is okay. It's not perfect, but it's pretty good. We get a little bit deeper into his defensive capabilities here. It looks like he is making the routine plays and the likely plays. He's just not making the more unlikely plays. So he doesn't have the extreme range you might prefer, but he's still doing a good job. James Harrington is what he is right now. Alex Madrid is what he is right now. I mean, I recognize that by playing Chilo instead of Madrid, we would instantly be a better offense. I don't know if that particularly matters to me. All the Freels, all the same Freels. He's doing okay. Cool. Pitching is improved as I expected. Wiley and Picard have both straightened it out a bit. Matan is struggling. It's his walk rate, which we already knew is going to be problematic. I doubt this is going to make much of a difference, but it's worth a shot. He just walks too many hitters. He does strike a lot of them out too, so he's still a pretty good pitcher, but we could potentially demote him in the bullpen. Tanner Lee looks really bad this year. Like, he looks genuinely awful. He's giving up home runs at a ridiculous rate, and he's not striking people out. Do I have a reliever in the minors that is waiting for an opportunity and is worthy of an opportunity? Not especially. Jeff Allen is hurt. That's very rude. I'm not going to call up Alcala. I don't think that helps. I have way too many pitches about that have very little control. This is not lost on me. Alvarado could be an okay reliever, maybe. It's Cleveland time. What a guy. I feel like a single bullpen upgrade might actually have a pretty big impact. I don't have anybody that's ready in the minors, though. Like, Jason Harrison is still pretty green. Alcala is what he is, which isn't very good. Are there any interesting... Let's check the waiver wire first, actually. I could have Paul McDonald. Interesting. I would happily accept Paul McDonald if I were to be able to claim him. Bummer. I'm a little bit too good to get the really good claims, which is sad, but unsurprising. I could go for Eric Davis, too, but I think you're also going to say they have a better claim than I do. Yeah. Vinny Garcia is fine, but I can check free agency and possibly find somebody better. Relievers, please. Overall, wow. No, no. Oh, it's the non-MLB filter. That's what's got me thinking unwisely. Chris Young is not the answer I'm looking for. Who's got a reliever on the block? Javi Gallegos. No, the control concerns me. Chris Huff does not concern me. Chris Huff would be an amazing addition to this team. Would he, though? It's Billy D's nuts. Yes, this is the kind of guy I could get behind. You're wanting somebody really, really good for him. I am not prepared to give you anything that meaningful. I think, in fact, I simply pass and laugh in your face. Ha 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 ha. Your tune will change when you're looking to dump salary and nobody else will give him to you. Randy Segrest? No. Chris Huff isn't that bad. I think he's got some nice ratings here, but the fact he's only got one really good pitch does give me some cause for concern. Nick Polka. Eric Borchardt is not very good. What if I offered you to a team for a reliever? What if that happened? I mean, who doesn't like Timothy Lawman in their lives? I could get behind that. I feel like I'm concentrating with Cleveland, but maybe it's warranted. I do like Luis Gamboa, but he's also not at his maximum capacity yet. David Shee. I mean, I genuinely think the answer is what's his face? Is Timothy Lawman. Let's do it. Tanner Lee, go to the minors. Figure out how to throw better, and then you can maybe come back later. Instantly slot in as a premium middle reliever. Done. Are you just totally hopeless against righties? Are you pretty good against both? You're actually better against righties. That's really interesting from a left-handed pitcher. I kind of dig it, actually. Okay. A nice, cheeky little upgrade. Never hurt anybody. It's combine time. Scouting. No, it's not under scouting. It's under front office. No. It's here. Direct your scout. Cool. I could genuinely lose a nice injection of talent in relievers. Especially given that I'm not going to have a very good, I'm not going to have a very good draft position. I think spending some of my resources on relievers could pay off fairly well in the long term. Excuse me. We are playing well, but so are the Tigers, and so this is going to be a very fascinating fight. Oh, you want Alex Gonzalez to get an extension already? That's a hard thing to ask. Ryan Rayburn 100% gets to come back. Ryan Rayburn has been a fantastic scouting return in front of some really great players here. People are pretty happy. Sergio Santos has been a really good coach. We can keep him around too. I'm just going to offer everybody else here an extension. Reinhardt. Seng. Is this, oh, it's Bobby Pena. I remember you. Alex Alvaredo's still the number 9 overall prospect. Interesting. Very interesting. Neat. I feel like catcher is one area we could also probably improve at. Yeah. Personal message, Marrero's getting better. Lawman is slightly better. Glenn Edmonds is getting better. Hugo Gonzalez is the next guy in the middle infield factor. Edwin Peralta has gotten slightly better. He's having a really good year at AAA, so this is a great thing for him and for us as a franchise, I think. Ryan Austin's getting better, although he's quite far from the majors. Andrew Picard was pitcher of the month. Marco Ramirez was rookie of the month. Yeah, that tracks. So you want me to re-sign Alex Gonzalez already? What is that going to take? Is that even possible? If I wanted a 10-year deal with you, it gets really silly really fast, which doesn't surprise me. I think he's a pretty fantastic talent, but I also think this isn't very smart. Nope. He either wants a really big 1-year deal or he wants a long-term deal. I need to be certain that he is the guy before I commit to paying him $40 million a year. Herb Berry has cooled off slightly. Still looks pretty good, but not as fantastic. Morgia still looks really, really good, although, again, he's also lost a little bit of his shine. Yeah. I still like Villarreal quite a lot, but when this is your skill supposed to be hitting for average and you don't hit for average, you look like a very ineffective player. You are currently, by the way, the guy most likely to get replaced by Morgia when Edwin Hernandez is ready to come back. Rotation looks decent. Bullpen is fine. Lineup just seems to be a little bit more consistent, I think. Cool. Let's see who becomes an all-star this year. Alex Gonzalez made it, unsurprising. Brian Neal's made it, great. Marco Ramirez made it, boo. But Herb Berry made it, so I only had 3 all-stars, even though we're one of the best teams in the league. Concerning. Unsurprising, because Detroit is just that bloody good, but still concerning. Yeah, this tracks. This tracks. Starter, reliever, and third baseman feels pretty good. Alvarado is a minor league all-star again. So is Giovanni Miazzofato. Alright. Is there a catcher on this roster that could potentially be better than James Harrington? Sean Reed, maybe. Harrington is okay. He's not great, but he's just replacement level, and we should ideally be able to do better than that. I could bench Nakamoto and call up Reed. Willie Vasquez is much too far away from the major leagues for consideration. I guess Sean Reed is, strictly speaking, an upgrade over Nakamoto. Does anybody want Nakamoto? Is there any interest in him whatsoever? All players, let's look for prospects first. I can have Willis Hidalgo. That's still better than Nakamoto, right? Let me make you a former Sock, and let me say goodbye to you. And then I think we do go ahead and promote Sean Reed. For right now. As we get closer to the trade deadline, if we can find a catching upgrade, I think we take it. But for the moment, this is reasonable. This is an okay decision here. Every week, you get to start Sean Reed. Every single week. How long do we get Edwin Hernandez back? I feel like that would be a very nice addition to this club right now. Very, very nice. Very nice. How we doing, fans? How is Hernandez? He'll be back in a week. Beautiful. All right. Villarreal, I think you need to go back to the minors. You barely played in AAA, so I think an extended tour in AAA makes sense to me. Goodbye. Hernandez returns. Next, who is actually a better outfielder, Danny Rios or Edwin or Orlando Murguia? Strictly based on defense, who is better? Murguia has more range, so I think he's the better fit. Murguia, get out there in right field. And then we can do this. This, friends and comrades, is what you call a lineup. I know Orlando Murguia is probably not a very good outfielder, and I respect that, but he's so bloody good offensively. And now that he's got some lineup protection, I'm even more excited about it. Even frickin' more. It just makes us a better team, you guys. It just makes us better. This is an interesting problem to have. Zarn is still really, really good, so I'm not going to bench him. But I could potentially bench Murguia and play Hernandez here. I could bench Rios. In all honesty, do I bench Rios? Murguia has been much better than Rios this year, so I think that's how we handle this situation here. You play right. Zarn plays left. Oh, Zarn's actually an amazing left fielder, so that's fine with me. Left. Murguia. Does anybody want Denny Rios at this point? I don't think we trade him yet, but I think that day is coming. He's clearly lost a lot of his power, and while his speed is still phenomenal and he still gets on base at a good clip, I think his role is shifting to the point where we probably don't need him as much anymore. But we shall see, my friends. Oh, you better believe we shall see. I'm excited to get Pena back, though. Or not Pena, Hernandez back. That's pretty exciting. 26th overall. We're not finding the greatest of players here. Oh, Mike. Mike. You are an incredible pitcher. You are truly fantastic. But your control gives me so much concern. But the upside here is real. Like, if we can get him to tap into his control potential, he becomes a fantastic starting pitcher. I think we have to take him. He's also under slot, which is pretty nice. There's a world where Mike Cole is starting for us next season. Maybe even this season. So, all right, that had to happen. What do we got next? Let's throw under Chris Crichton. Chris Crichton's actually solid. He's very expensive. I will give you that he's quite expensive, but a genuine second baseman being able to hit this many home runs is pretty exciting. It's pretty tantalizing. Let's do it. It is a risk, but if he develops, and there's no reason why he shouldn't, given his high work ethic, I think he could be a very nice addition to this club. Very nice. Plus, the nickname is Tabasco Tom. Fantastic. All right. Hey, Jude. You're a really good pitcher. You're very good. I know that you cost me a fair bit of money, but I think you're worth it. I think we're getting premium players, which makes me very excited. Pat Burgess, why are you being a butt? Not even, I mean, you are a pretty good pitcher. We could add Jared Monteleone, and he's actually quite good. He's also very developed. Yeah, let's grab Jared here. I did say I wanted to add a young reliever, and I think he's exactly what we're looking for here. Draft pick. I shouldn't draft only pitchers. I should probably add another hitter. We like Dan Baxter. I don't hate him. I think he's interesting. I think he's got some skills that you could get excited about. We also like Ralph Oniason. Nope. I feel like I've been ignoring you for most of this draft, so I think taking Dan Baxter is fine. I don't hate it. All right. Brent Brantley with like $3.6 million. He's pretty good, but he's not that good. Chris Higdon? No, I don't think so. You like Jeff Mead, huh? I kind of get it. The fact he has no power whatsoever does give me some concern. But I think he's got a nice skill set up here. He's an okay outfielder. We can add a little Jeff Mead as a treat. Let's do some toolsy shit here. Batting potential. Luis Uriarte is pretty good. Let's grab him. John Beamer, no thanks. I think Eddie Class is the kind of guy I could take a risk on and maybe get something pretty useful out of it. Let me look at pitching potential now. Let me find guys that have great movement. Not that. Thank you, game. Great job. Dave Hollis. Yeah, we could add him. I dig it. I guinea pig it. Rostov. Brian do the do. I'm in. I am so in. Jaden Diallo, or probably Diallo, more likely. I'm fine with that. Am I? You know what? It is the 11th round. I think I'm entitled to take a bit of a flyer on a guy that I believe in. Let's talk to our beloved scouting director now and get his opinions here. You want me to take Chris Crow? He's not even a real pro, you guys. But I guess he's got enough raw talent that he might end up being okay. I will also take Chris Higdon. Brad Miller seems pretty solid. I like him a lot. Jeff Hostler, I like quite a bit too. He's a college level player that's got a good amount of skill, and he's also decent like at everything. So I think he's the exact kind of guy I want to add to our franchise. The kind of guy you can get excited about. Reasonably chuffed. You want Brett the Wiener? Nah. I like Basile Day here. We can add him. We get to the university I've never heard of before. Any big old thumpers left in this draft? Any guys that just vaporized baseballs? Tim Hay? Sure. His name could be Timothy Hay. Amazing. If you don't own guinea pigs or rabbits, you won't know how important Timothy Hay is, but it's very good for rodents. I don't know why, it just is. Who's got some defensive position? Customize. Global. Any good shortstops in this draft? Tilly Mao, Modim isn't bad at it. We can add him on. Get a nice defense first guy late in the draft. Bobby DeRosier. Okay, fine. Last pick of the draft. I'm going to take whoever you want. You want Craig Dunn? Done. Great draft, guys. Well done. Let's make some offers here. You should all take my offers. And I've got just enough room left to easily sign them all. So this is like a low-key great class, especially because of Mike Cole. There's definite risk in here. Very much risk in here. However, he's also a highly accomplished pitcher who's had a great collegiate career as well. So I think he could be very, very exciting. Very exciting. I think we're gonna go catcher shopping at the deadline here and see if we can't find ourselves an upgrade there. I think that could be pretty highly valued. Okay, these guys both suck, so I will reject your offer. They both suck. Tim Miller just doesn't interest me. Neither does Kevin Zielski. Why did like this get flagged for me? Was Mike Corcoran one of the guys on my list? Yeah, he's a former Sock. Barely. Barely he's a former Sock. What did I get when I traded you? I got Jesse Bingaman, who's currently a free agent. He did pitch for me like one season, so that happened. So catcher is the position I most want to upgrade. Evan Hernandez is off to an ice cold start, but I don't blame him. It's going to take him some time to get up to speed. So I will happily wait for him. Very happily. Pitching looks great. Lawman doesn't look so good. We could maybe think about upgrading the bullpen again. Catcher is my priority, though. Nope. I don't need a third baseman. I'm happy with my third baseman. Why are you being stupid? Gam. Eric Rosenberg, I think, was my guy. I don't remember how Baltimore ended up with him. Oh, you took him in the Rule 5. No, I took him from the Braves in the Rule 5. And then I didn't offer him any arbitration, so I just let him go. Neat. Craig suspended for 7 games. What the hell, bro? Jesus De Leon. I don't know why you like him so much. Sam Belay is not great, but he is better than either of these jerks. Alright. So I want a catcher. That is what I'm in the market for. I have a little bit of financial flexibility, but not a lot. Not very much at all, in fact. Let's trade Steve Birdsey. I guess that's fine. Let's see who is even on the deadline list for catcher. Bobadilla is a former Sock and not very good. Munguia is not particularly exciting either. Blake Morton and Francisco Vera don't really move the needle. Tony Salas definitely doesn't move the needle. These are all catchers who aren't very good, you guys. Elijah Scriven, no. Alright, what am I willing to trade? I probably have too many outfielders now. I think I've shifted the balance in the opposite direction here. Peralta's having a really good year. Really good year. Because Peralta is playing so effectively in AAA and Friels isn't, I'm going to go ahead and swap him real quick. And I do want him getting some playing time, so I don't mind if he spells people with some frequency here. That's a nope. That's fine. I don't mind that. Yeah, I don't mind Madrid getting a break every couple of weeks. I think that's fine. I don't think that bothers me in the slightest. That wasn't even a trade, though, so that's something we should probably keep working at. All right. Next topic is who do we trade for a catcher? Could be Villarreal. I feel like that's probably short-sighted, though, especially when I don't know how the outfield's going to shake out in another year or so, but I think Murguia has definitely proven he can hit. He's kind of a bad outfielder, but I don't think that's the end of the world. I could ask about Danny Rios, see if anybody wants to take him off our hands. I have a feeling that's not likely to happen, but we can at least ask, right? I feel like trading Rios, the main benefit is we can then call Villarreal back up and let Murguia play right, or play DH. Could trade Pete Magnuson, right? I do like Magnuson, though. I like him better than Hugo Gonzalez. Let's start with Hugo Gonzalez. So I asked you for a catcher, what would you give me? Pretty mid-tier guys for the most part. Like, Chavira here is pretty decent, but he's also very far away from the majors. Alright. What if I added, at no additional charge, David Ochoa? I'm trying to get like a greenish level catcher. Steve Burleson is pretty decent, but he's also kind of dumb. Oh, sorry. Back now. Burleson's a little too stupid for me. Graf is okay. You're not a flawless catcher by any stretch of the imagination, but you're okay. Let me keep looking. You're not even a catcher, bro. I guess you are technically a catcher. I guess that's true. But you're not very good at it. Interesting. If I traded Danny Rios for a catcher, what could I get in return? This feels kind of short-sighted, but if it gets me a catcher, I'm willing to consider it. Nobody, huh? If I eat half of his salary? Nobody. Okay. Well, that's fine. Nobody's offering good catchers. This upsets me. Let me do it this way. Catchers potential of at least 55. Let's go. Okay, there's not that many players that fall into this category. That makes sense. I cannot afford, nor do I wish to afford, Juan Garcia. That's not helpful. Jose Roque would be outstanding, but I don't think we're going to be able to pick him up. We can ask. Nobody. I figured as much. Andy Greff doesn't even show up here, which I find very fascinating to me. Luis Vasquez would actually be pretty solid. I wonder if I could get him. Probably not, but we can ask. No. Pedro Jacome is not a very good catcher, and therefore of no interest to me. Chris Gutierrez, maybe. No? Okay. All right. If I look at my deals here, is there anybody that want to trade away because we're going to lose them anyway? I gotta say Ambroso's looking like the kind of guy I might trade. I think he's an okay reliever, don't get me wrong, but I don't think he's got a clear role on this team right now. And he might be worth something. Let me offer Ambrosio up for a catcher, and let's see who I get in return. Okay. Bad Eddie Inocencio? Probably not. Josh Jones is a pretty attractive pitcher. I could kind of get behind that. Could add Chris Huff. Get Huffy with it. But I actually just want prospects because I'm just looking for people that'll be good in the future. Um, that's more important to me. That's substantially more important to me. Sergio Aquino is pretty okay. Dylan Mosel is fine. John Wolcott is decent. Question mark. Mark Lorenz is decent. Quite decent, actually. Let me get Arnett, and that's probably it. Can I get Franklin Ortiz? No. Bill Jackson? Okay, Bill Jackson's deal might actually be able to make. If I throw in like a David Ochoa, maybe? No, Ochoa doesn't move the needle for you. What about Raul Ramirez and David Ochoa? No? Okay, fine. You guys don't have a very deep team, so I get why you're unwilling to offer very much. This works for me, actually. This opens up a spot for Alvarado to be our emergency starter, which I think he is overdue for. It could be Jeff Allen, too. It could definitely be Jeff Allen also, but I think... Actually, I think it is Jeff Allen. Yeah, we're going to do that. So that's done. I still have not acquired a better catcher. This distresses me. I think it's because the catcher doesn't exist, right? Like, I think that's our fundamental problem here. Green and Armentrout aren't the best. Ricky Wan is okay. He's not exceptional, but he's fine. I think I could probably do better. Maybe. I could bring Raul Barrera back. That'd be kind of funny. That'd be kind of hype. I don't dislike Inocencio, but I don't want to add more payroll. If I can avoid it. Bobby Munguia. Harrington is getting slightly better. This may just be a situation where there just aren't better catchers available. Like, they just don't exist. Like, Willie Vasquez is obviously pretty special, but he's also kind of far away from the majors, so we don't want to bank too much on him being the guy. Hitting it right in the freels. I don't dislike you. I actually think I like you kind of a lot. Timothy Lawman is a bit of a jerk, so is Jeff Allen. Great. I think John Crank being traded makes sense to me. Because I'm not going to bring him back. So getting something useful for him right now, I think is kind of smart. I kind of like it. I kind of like it a lot. Somebody's going to be like, crank it up, and I'm going to be like, here you go. You didn't want anybody? Okay, fine. That's acceptable. So Crank is going to walk, no problem there. Garzon's going to walk, Kloiber's going to walk. Garzon wants a lot of money. Like, a ridiculous sum of money. I think I just end the trade deadline day at this point. I don't think there's anything else I'm interested in. I know I literally did not achieve the one thing that I wanted to achieve. But that's okay. I just don't think those guys are available, so we don't worry about it. Let me grab my water here. Excuse me. So Birdsey is probably gone. I feel like that's a pretty high probability event. I think Birdsey has done just fine, especially for the price we got him for. But I don't want him blocking a younger pitcher. So there's a high probability that he's gone. Very high probability. Maybe not such a high probability. Maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe. Maybe. A lot of bullpen changes coming next season. And I don't think we did a great job of adding that much bullpen talent. I really need guys like Jason Harrison to start figuring out their shit. You're working on control, right? You're working more on stamina. That's very stupid. Don't do that. Control is of the most importance for you. If you can improve your control, then you become a reliever much faster. You get along with your manager. You get along okay with your pitching coach. I don't care. You don't get along with your hitting coach. It doesn't affect me. You're not even a hitter. So don't be weird. I want us to really push the envelope here. I really want us to try to put together a nice little string so we can try to overtake the Tigers if possible. I'd feel a lot better about our team if we could catch the Tigers. I think it's gonna happen. I think the Tigers are just that good this year. We're not playing poorly. Not playing poorly at all. Any changes here? Tanner Lee's losing velocity. He's probably cooked. Like, Tanner Lee had this moment in time where he was one of the better relievers in the game, but I think he's just done. Bullpen still needs some work. Murguia got AL Player of the Week. Nice. Hernandez is still kind of far off pace, but he is getting better. And I'm hoping that his relative lack of production in the regular season means he's going to unlock it in the postseason. That would make me very happy if he did. We're a very well-rounded team. We've got lots of home runs from top to bottom. Herb Berry remains one of the best players in the league, despite the fact he decided not to hit for average this year, which is kind of rude of him. Kind of real rude, if I'm being honest. Harrington is hitting better. Maybe we scared him. Maybe. Abel Zarn has been such a good pickup for us. Really, really good. Really excited of how well he's performed this year. Murguia leads the team in OPS, followed by Zarn, followed by Rios. And this is what Rios is now. I don't know what to think about this. I don't know. I don't think we can get out of it either. I don't think anyone is going to look at this profile and decide, yes, this is what I want to trade for. Are you in the 300 club? You are. Nice. I did say I wanted to add a starting pitcher. I'm going to switch to a 6-man rotation, get Jeff Allen some rotation experience. Call up Alvarado. Give Alvarado some experience as the emergency starter. And I'd like to add one young reliever if I could. Not Tanner Lee. Not Alcala. I guess using Lee to just soak up some innings at the back end of the bullpen is fine. You can do some middle relief, but I don't want you pitching very often. Avoid high leverage, please. Oh, do I want to add any lineup guys? Probably not. Could bring Friels or Villarreal back, I suppose. I think the team is mostly fine. Urguia's going to be out for 2 days. That's a bummer. Adam Wiley's going to miss the entire rest of the year. That's a big yikes from me. That is one yikes. Grammar missing a week isn't a yikes. That's just whatever. We clinched a postseason spot. We won 90 games. 92 games, possibly 93. We did, in fact, win 93 games. Great. All right. Postseason roster. Jeff Allen has to make it. Who are we leaving off? Guys I don't care about? Great. Lineup doesn't change at all. The pitching will change. I'm only going to run a 3-man rotation for the first round. It's going to be Gonzalez, and it's going to be Sato, and I think it's going to be Picar. Sato hasn't been perfect, but I think he's been good enough, and I think he's definitely earned the right to make at least one postseason start. Oh, right. I've got to get the active roster fixed, don't I? Yeah, Tanner Lee, get out of here. Graham was a pretty good reserve outfielder. We can have him on the roster. That works for me. And then Allen is also like long relief, I guess. This is fine. So this is going to be the rotation for the first round. I think that's appropriate. Then I think in the second round we add in probably Birdsey. Maybe Allen. Maybe. Let me reset up depth charts here. I do not want Chilo playing that much. Don't be redonkulous. Okay, low-key, I am definitely going to go ahead and change this offseason. I'm going to add the DH back to the AL. It's just a bit annoying to deal with as a player. You know? Oh, Jeff Allen pitched. Why did Jeff Allen pitch so much? Oh, Gonzalez got hurt. How hurt are you? You got a sore elbow? I mean, we still won the game, so I guess it's not the end of the world, but that's kind of yikes. We got it done when we needed to, though. All right, we're going to go to a 4-man rotation now. We're going to add in Birdsey, I think is correct. Is the correct approach. And then we'll just run out to the next postseason round. We fake the Tigers, who were actually pretty rough on us this season, so this is a little spoopy. Sato got vaporized. That's rude. We did better in game 2. Okay. Alex Gonzalez locked it down. Nice game. Very, very nice. And then can the Birdsey take it home? He cannot. Close. But Detroit was really, really good this year. Come on, Sato. I'm going to close my eyes. See if it makes a difference. Probably not. Did we do it? No, we did not. Well, honestly, the Tigers seem like a team of destiny this year. We also didn't really get the hitting, which I don't know why this constantly happens with my teams. When the postseason starts, we decide that offense is optional. When Alex Madrid has 1 home run and Edwin Hernandez has 0, that's how you know your team is off to a rough start. This is fine. It's not that surprising. Every game except for game 1 was really close. Sato did okay in the postseason. I mean, Matan just detonated. Truly detonated. And there's very little you can do about that, right? The dude gave up a 3-run homer, which is rude. 2-run homer. No 3-run. It's Dave Tippett's here. Is what won him the game. That's what happens, guys. That's what happens. A disappointing but not an unexpected end of the season, I think, is what I would describe it as. Because Detroit's just this good this year. We lost Ken Lewis, Rogelio Lucio, and Matt Green Jr. I've heard it's not easy being green. I wonder if that means if it's easy to be Matt Green Jr. Probably not. I'm not that bothered. I think the team was very, very successful this year. I think we definitely found ourselves some really good outfielders for the first time we can get excited about. Which I'm pretty pumped about. Personal message, Eric Burns and Brian Holt both retired. Okay, that's whatever. Tigers just effortlessly sweep the Rangers. People got promoted. And the Tigers won. Not a surprise to me. Detroit was really, really good all season. And I think we played them harder than anyone else, except for maybe the Braves. So, you know what? Hats off. Hats off. All of the hats, all of the off. All right. Do we keep Birdsey? So here's the thing, right? Birdsey was worth almost 2 wins, but he also walked a lot of hitters. And I think for that reason, and especially if he's already 34, I think we tell him goodbye. And we give Jeff Allen a shot to start next year. I got a 4-year deal. You're damn right I did. Alright, let's fix this before anything else. Enabled. I know people are going to be grumpy. They're like, rabble, rabble, rabble. The no DH is so much better. Rabble, 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 rabble. Well, put a sock in it. Okay. Adam Wiley had a really good year. Until he got hurt. How do we do this season? Who can we be? Who can we get excited about? Abel Zarn was as advertised. This is what I said we wanted. We wanted somebody that could stabilize this lineup, and that's precisely what we got. We got a great hitter in the prime of his career, doing incredible things with baseballs. This is the best year of his career. And I'm excited to see what comes next with Mr. Zarn. Herb Berry, a bit off of his normal skill. He didn't hit for a very high average, but every other piece of his game was still exceptional. He's still a really, really good player. He is getting older. I have a feeling there's going to come a time in the not-too-distant future where he bottoms out. But I would love for him to keep performing well because I want him to have a chance to make the Hall of Fame. Certainly not a guarantee. Certainly not, but he's stolen a lot of bases, which I think is very popular with people. Alex Madrid, this glove, man. This freaking glove. Also his base running. But mostly his glove are what is carrying him to being an exceptional shortstop. If he was like a little better with the bat, I think he'd be pretty great, but I think we're okay with this. Murguia was a lovely little find here. Lovely. I'm not telling you he's going to be the greatest player in Major League history, but I think he's really good. And I think having him playing right field gives us extra power that we haven't had for a while. Josh Cox's full season at center field went pretty well, I think. Could be better, obviously, but pretty well. He handled center field pretty well. Carlos Geronimo slotting in nicely as a pretty reliable everyday infielder, which I'm happy about. Harrington ended up being worth almost 2 wins, so maybe catcher is just where we are right now. Danny Rios has aged kind of badly. And look at the slugging percentage, just crater. This Danny Rios is a useful player, but grossly overpaid. And I think we kind of expected that, right? Like, we kind of knew that he wasn't going to be great forever. But it is disappointing to see how poorly he performed. Edwin Hernandez is getting to be a little bit fragile for my taste. Like, obviously, there's a lot to look at here and say, yeah, he would have been better over the course of a full season like he was last year. But he is pretty highly overpaid for what he actually brings to the table as well. Is he a good player? Yes. Is he a very good player? Yes. Is he a great one? That ship may have sailed. But we'll see. This is the first year he missed significant time in quite a while. So maybe he'll come back next year and be something great. Ryan Grammer had a really nice season off the bench. Very, very good. I think Jose Marrero is just a bust. I really want him not to be a bust pretty desperately, but he just has not hit at the major league level. He just can't hit for contact at all. And the rest of his skills aren't good enough to carry him over the hump. Pitching, Alex Gonzalez better win the fucking Cy Young. Nine wins. 9. This is an exceptional season. Like, there is nothing at all that I can say about him that's even slightly negative. He's been phenomenal his entire career. I want him to be a White Sox for a very long time, but I also want to make sure that he doesn't burn out. But this right now, this is a perfect season in so many ways. 200 innings. 18 wins. Pitcher wins don't matter, but it's so nice that he had them. Led the league in whip. lowest home run total and lowest walks. Strikeout to walk ratio was insane. For every 7 strikeouts, he gave up 1 walk. And here's what's really funny. He was even better than his defense suggests. What an incredible year for him. Has your demands gotten any more reasonable? Or am I just going to be paying you like $40 million? It's going to be $40 million. I think we just go with a 1-year deal for him. He will get his long-term deal. Don't worry about it. But we want to make sure that some of our books are a little bit cleaner before we extend that offer to him. But let's not focus entirely on Alex Gonzalez, right? We had a really good, really deep pitching staff this year. Picard was the second best starter on the team. Really excited to see how well he's performed. Brian Niels, we wanted to bring in a premium closer, and we got exactly that. Sato was pretty good. He's still overpaid for what he provides, but pretty good. Birdsey was decent. Lawman was okay. And then a lot of guys didn't pitch very much. Garzon was pretty good. De Leon was good. And now we're going to get Wiley back next season, which I think is going to be very, very helpful, because Wiley had a pretty good season too. I think if we maybe make it to the ALDS and we have Wiley, I think we're a little bit better off, probably. But also maybe not. I don't know. I do know that I'm really happy. I'm really happy with how this team performed. There's still room for growth. Don't get it twisted. But I think what we have is excellent. And I want to see us keep building on it, replacing the older parts with newer parts, keeping the system humming, and bringing up the next great players in this team. Mike Cole, Elrod, as you like to be called, evidently. Work on your control. Oh, you already are working on your control. Excellent. Nice. Let's look at the minor league system. How's our pipeline looking? Do we have some great players that are ready for the major leagues? Maybe. Alvarado. You think he's ready this year? I mean, Jerkovsky had a pretty great year, but I don't think he's ready for the majors yet. Mike Cole could have been ready this year. I understand that. Danny Ramirez is pretty good. I have one catcher in my top 100 prospects, which is Willie Vasquez. That's funny. That's funny. I don't say you can look at him and think he's ready for the major leagues this year. He's not. He's an exceptional player. He's incredibly good. And I think he's going to have a path to the major leagues when he's ready. But he is not ready for the major leagues right now. I guess with the right injuries, I would consider it kind of strongly. Who's Alejandro Hernandez? He's a second baseman who hasn't even gotten out of the rookie league yet. Okay. Enrique Sanchez. He's okay. Giovanni Mazzafiato. He's pretty good. We've got some really exciting young talent. They're all just kind of far away. Mike Cole with the right offseason could be starting next year. If he can get this control up higher, I think we're going to see him be very, very successful. I do have it set up so that you are taking care of depth charts. I do. Promotions and demotions are Flores. Great. But I feel pretty good about this team. I think we especially have the chance to be even better next year. I think we can make some smart plays in free agency to add on some additional talent. Um, we got a lot of salary coming off the books, so that'll give us a little bit of grace, a little bit of flexibility. I can't believe I'm not even playing all of Zarn's salary. Thank you, Cleveland. Or Kansas City, sorry. Cool. Friends, I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you have, so remember to like and subscribe. Comment down below. Let me know what you think of the White Sox. Let me know if you're as excited for the future as I am. And until next time, my friends, this has been Guardian. Thank you for watching, and I bid you good day.